Coming up in the news, the transportation of prisoners a concern for one attorney. Bus drivers weigh in on a possible increase in rates for bus fares. And a local doctor shares the effects of COVID-19 on one's mental health. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Shoshana Wolf-Arkus, and as always, it is so great to have you with us. Tonight, local attorney K. Brian Hanna is challenging the government to find a different way of transporting prisoners from Nassau to Freeport, charging that traveling by commercial carriers is dangerous as it puts members of the traveling public at risk. Our Simone Davis has this story.
Attorney K. Brian Hanna is raising concerns of the dangers of transporting prisoners back and forth from New Providence to Grand Bahama on commercial airlines, calling on the government to seek alternatives to avoid putting those commercial passengers in harm's way. Labeling it an unnecessary evil, Hanna says the practice of providing airlift for persons on remand is something that should be revisited and taken seriously.
It is unfair to the commercial passengers who are paying to fly, and I would anticipate in most instances safety is priority. Given the instance whereby you have detainees being transported to Nassau by way of commercial airlines, it is just an unnecessary evil. The foreseeability of something happening, it's there. I'm sure we can anticipate, and God forbid something happening, but we don't know the state of mind of the detainees who are being transported.
The local attorney notes that his concern is that while the prisoners are airborne, it is important to understand that a prisoner could reach a mental state of desperation and resort to violence to evade capture by any means, which then puts everyone in serious danger.
But we don't know the state of mind of the detainees who are being transported. Let me say, for example, someone who's sentenced to, say, 40 years in prison for a matter, or maybe even 8 years, 2 years. State of mind of that person. They may really and truly want to act out. They may want to actually express some concern. And where they do that and when they do that, we don't know. And we don't want that to happen on an airline with commercial passengers.
The attorney says it is not only a safety issue, but it is proven to be an unnecessary expense to the government. He is recommending several alternatives.
Make provisions on the mailboat whereby detainees can be transferred in a secured place on the mailboat. And that will be more feasible, it will be more safe and reasonable to do it in that regard. Granted, now that we actually have the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, that's another alternative. We have a base here in Grand Bahama that is actually being utilized, and officers are on patrol on a regular basis.
Attorney K. Brian Hanna reiterating the need for a remand center to be built on Grand Bahama, which could be the solution to solving and preventing many other issues facing the judicial system. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Simone Davis.
Well, local bus drivers are standing in agreement with fellow drivers in the nation's capital regarding an increase in fares. They say they're hoping that their plea is heard and addressed swiftly as the cost of living is making life difficult for everyone. Shane Stubbs has more in this report.
After a recent demonstration over in the nation's capital regarding bus fare increase, local bus drivers here on the island are sharing that sentiment, citing that it is long overdue.
You're going to make it if your bus full of seniors.
Chairman of the Grand Bahama Bus Association, Leslie Woodside, is adamant that an increase is sorely needed, noting that it has been years since the rates were amended.
I think the last increase was the time of previous minister Nico Grant. That's years ago, and the increase was 25 cents at the time. Now we're living in a different era. Gasoline, what we have no control over, has escalated. $30 could just give you 3 or 4 gallons of diesel. And it's ridiculous. And you cannot make it like that. So we are calling for an increase of at least $1 across the board. The current rate we have is $1.25 Lucaya, $1.50 Pendus Point, $1.75 8 Mile Rock. That's chicken feed. That's a national disgrace. High Rock, $5. 8 Mile Rock and West End is what, $5? Come on, man. Let's get rid of it. We are living in the 21st century, Minister.
Now with the current cost of living, bus drivers are saying that not only will the increase help with their day-to-day operation, but it would help with their day-to-day lives.
When you look at the operation of the bus on a daily basis, you're averaging maybe about $100, $115 a day. But when you look at fuel, you're going to put at least $55 back in the top of your fuel tank back off of it. So you're basically going on with just a little bit more than $57.
I think it's unfair for us to still be getting $175 after all this gas price, the price of grocery going up in the gas, in the grocery store. I don't think it's fair for us to still getting $175, $125, $150. I think the increase is definitely needed for us.
I know the economy is a little slow right now, but right now our daily life still going on. We still need that increase in order to make it possible to take them around.
The Ministry of Transport issued a statement following the protest in the capital, stating that the government understands the concerns of bus drivers and confirmed that the request for a fare increase was deferred to allow the government to design a temporary relief package. However, that relief package was rejected by the drivers, who are demanding an immediate increase in fares. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Great story, Shane. Well, with technology evolving and the world going digital, the question of a possible cashless society becomes a topic for discussion. Residents and small business owners are giving their take tonight, and our Aja Quant has this story.
A cashless society is the discussion amongst residents here on the island today. Some believe that it is the way forward, and others say seniors are just not ready. The thought of removing cash from the community is evoking mixed emotions, and some residents are saying now is not a good time.
For me, if the young people, but for the elderly, it would be difficult.
We are not ready to handle that type of situation.
Meanwhile, residents say this is the time, as it can be used as a safety precaution.
I don't think we need cash anymore. So, yeah, I would definitely go for it. You need contactless, and it makes it so much safer.
Be better. It'll be better and be more convenient instead of carrying money on your pocket. It'll be safer, too. Now that we're moving forward, people are starting to get more cards, and that'll just be an inconvenience for people if they need to get cash instead of using a card.
And businesses are also diving into the convenience of having card machines in their stores.
It's very beneficial. With the card system, it can be contactless, which makes, that we have the tap and go. And so, with COVID going on, you don't have to touch up a lot of stuff. It's even safer for both the business and for the customers because you don't have to carry cash around.
And while Forever Hair share the exact sentiments as John West about card machines, they say that they have to put policies in place.
If I'm being honest, they don't like that we have a limit on the card machine, but that's a policy. It was said that the bank takes a portion of the money, and so it doesn't make sense if somebody come in there to swipe for $1, we don't get any profit out of that $1 they're swiping for.
Well-known business establishment Western Bakery also addressing the issue, as they are a cash-only business due to the fees from banks.
If you're buying an item, say for $1.40, you're doing it for $1.40, we may be lucky if we get, say, between 90 cents to $1. We're losing 40 cents. We are losing 40 cents in this day and time, and it's so hard to keep businesses open. The bank is gaining the money from the rental. The bank is gaining the money from the fees they charge us for the person using their card. Because see, as they look at it as they bring in us business, but
you bring his business at what price as a small businessman.
Now, there is a general consensus among small business owners that banks should reassess their fees to make it more profitable. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Adra Quant.
Switching gears now, greater focus to be placed on school safety and attendance in the new school term. Minister of Education Glenys Hannah-Martin sharing in Parliament this morning that the protection of students is a high priority. She notes that the Ministry of Education has seen a reduction in violence on campuses where trained officers are in place. The Education Minister says they have zero tolerance for violence in schools.
They will not just have a physical presence, they will be specifically trained for school campuses and the interactions and dynamics with young people, but they will also deliver curriculums dealing with bullying and other matters of that nature to ensure holistic engagement by those officers on the campus. Additionally, there will be a zero tolerance for school violence or violence on our campuses. And appropriate interventions will be made to ensure our children are permitted to learn in safe environments. And I call on parents and the wider community to work with us in ensuring this objective is achieved for the sake of our children, not for me. A child should be able to safely go to school and learn and leave and go home.
Yes.
Well, Minister Hannah-Martin says they will be recruiting additional officers in New Providence and Grand Bahama as they attempt to deal with the issue of school attendance.
These officers will be activated in September. They will be mobile. They will be specially trained to liaise with all of the relevant agencies to give the necessary support, and that includes social services, and to assure that children will be in school during school hours. Truancy will not be accepted for children whom our law has mandated should be in school. Education is a human right, and it is the hope for our children. And we must do all that we can to preserve and promote and to make manifest this hope for our children.
Switching gears now, a heavy equipment operator is fortunate to be alive tonight after sustaining injuries in an industrial accident. The incident taking place just off the Warren J. Lavarity Highway. Reports indicate that around 7 yesterday morning, the driver of a bulldozer reportedly fell asleep, drove off the path and fell overboard in the water off the busy highway. The man was able to swim to safety. He was further assisted by a fellow employee, taken to the Rand Memorial Hospital by a private vehicle and examined by doctors. His injuries are listed as serious but not life-threatening. That's going to take us to our first break. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Come on down to Dolly Madison and get your hurricane supplies before it's too late. Don't let supply chain issues cause you to miss out on hurricane supplies you need. Come on down. Now.
Nowadays, tiles trend like fashion, and Grand Bahama Tiles leads the way with trendy and classic styles from North and South America, Europe, and Asia. Imagine your home with natural stone, elegant marble, sleek porcelain, earthy granite, or slate. Grand Bahama Tiles has it all. They even export to the Family Islands. Maybe it's time to update your style, get the look, and transform your space with the latest tiles trending at Grand Bahama Tiles.
Third Dimension on Yellow Pine Street introduces its new home improvement center. Step into our brand new fully stocked showroom for the latest in doors, tiles, housewares, kitchenwares, bathwares, vanities, power tools, electrical, and plumbing supplies. So stop by our showroom to view our full range of products or call the Home Advisor hotline at 602-0935 today. We are your home advisors.
Hi, I'm Wes. I'd like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your number one news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Assistant professor at the University of the Bahamas North and volunteer clinical consultant at the Bahamas Resilience Center, Dr. Andy Lang is urging Bahamians to pay attention to their mental health on the heels of the COVID-19 pandemic. Dr. Lang addressing a recent Rotary meeting and noting that many Bahamians are not aware of how the global pandemic has affected them mentally. He's providing some incentives on how they can thrive in the post-COVID-19 pandemic era.
What we want to do is we want to pay attention to our physical, our mental, our emotional health. Okay, we want to make and form meaningful connections with people who are important to us, people who can support us, people who we can support, people who can nurture us. We also want to discover a sense of meaning, a sense of purpose in life.
Dr. Lang adding that it is crucial to monitor your diet and sleep pattern and not take those things for granted.
And then we also want to pay attention to what we eat. We want to pay attention to our sleep health, okay, because one of the areas that was impacted as a result of, well, the storm and as well as the pandemic was the way we sleep. And so some people find themselves sleeping less, some people find themselves sleeping more, some people find themselves having difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep.
Also making news tonight, children with Down syndrome taking part in a special summer camp. Our ZNS News team spoke with a trained special educator and speech therapist on the need for greater awareness about autism in children with special needs. Azure Quant reports.
Our children are just like everybody else.
Autism, a broad range of conditions characterized by challenges with social skills, repetitive behaviors, speech and nonverbal communication, which usually appear by age 2 or 3. While there is currently no known single cause of autism, early diagnosis helps a person receive resources that can support the choices and opportunities needed to live fully, one of which, speech therapy.
They deserve all of the opportunities that they can be given. They deserve to be able to communicate for themselves, to be able to have mobility, to move around for themselves. And all of these things are what speech therapists and occupational therapists are able to assist with.
Speech therapy actually helps you to communicate in the best mode possible. All of us need to communicate our wants and needs, right? If you need to go to the bathroom, you need to be able to say bathroom or say it out of your mouth. I need to go to the bathroom. It's very important for our day-to-day.
Awareness is one of the ways Bain says the community can help children with special needs, and also being educated on the different symptoms, ways to approach, and understanding how to effectively communicate with them.
The community is not as involved as they should be with schools such as this, and I would venture to say that they don't know enough about special needs kids maybe and the struggles that they go through. Because sometimes just being aware that a child has special needs, they can look out for them a little better.
An autistic teen, Justin Stewart, was found dead in a derelict vehicle on July 9th. Police have called his death suspicious, but an autopsy will be carried out to determine the exact cause of death. Meantime, Bain expresses that the penalty for inflicting pain on a child with special needs should be more severe.
There needs to be stricter penalties for persons that are doing harmful things to persons with special needs. For example, there was a situation a few months ago with someone that punched a special needs person, and it was on the news, publicized. That person was prosecuted, There needs to be more of that happening because a lot of times our students are being taken advantage of and there's no consequences to it. And so the law needs to take a stricter stance on things like that.
Now, the Grand Bahama Down Syndrome Society aims to educate the community on Down syndrome and prepares children with special needs with the necessary tools needed for academic school year and beyond. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Azra Quant.
And that's a look at stories making news. Jay Philippe is up next with a check on sports.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to sports. We do have some updates from the West Grand Bahama Basketball League. Also, Team Bahamas at the World Track and Field Championships. But let's begin with baseball. It was a series of games between Team Grand Bahama and the visiting South Florida Big Boys Baseball Club. The games were played at the Emera Baseball Park, where some of the top prospects on the island matched up against a combination of college players on the opposing team.
The talent level is quite great with the visiting team. They call the Big Boys. There are a lot of D1 suspects. Our boys are, very talented. And we haven't been playing baseball, for no long period of time this year. And I think we're doing quite well with these guys who, play baseball every day.
Head coach along with outfielder Ray Hernandez, who plays at FIU, and Brett Bloomsquist from the visiting team was impressed with the talent level.
We came here in 2019 with Mario and the Caribbean Baseball Organization, and every single kid and every single parent that was here wanted to come back. And this is actually more about the experience than it is about baseball.
I came here 3 years ago. It was a lot of fun. This year we have a better team, to be honest. But in the Bahamas, great talent, great people, man. I'm just here to share the talent with everyone, man.
It's been fun, playing with the boys and coming down here and just getting a good experience and a good perspective of, of life. And it's been fun. The talent's good. They got what it takes. Just put a couple things together and we can see some guys out of here do something special.
After a 4-run lead in the final game, the visiting team from South Florida scored 5 runs to win the game 5-4. Switching gears now in track and field, Tania Gator competed in the women's 200-meter semifinals at the World Track and Field Championships in Oregon. Running out of lane 8, Gator finished 5th, running a new personal best time of 22.41 seconds. Even with that time, she was unable to advance to the finals. And finally in sports, scores from the West Grand Bahama Summer League Playoff Best of 3 series in open play. Econo Electric got the win over Island Developers 30-27 to sweep that series 2-0. Powerade got the win over Pierre Developers 25-19. That series is tied at 1 game apiece. Bella VC Ballers got the win over Trinapolo 38-35. That series is done at 2-0. And FES Construction got the win over Do It Right 45-26 to tie that series. And that's a quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
No Holds Bar presents Rake and Scrape Reloaded Part 5 with Bahamian songbird Matisse and the infamous Gino D. It all goes down Saturday, July 23rd at 7 o'clock p.m. at No Holds Bar and Lounge, Settlers Way.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married? Oh, man, not again.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them.
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have?
Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
Summer's here and we all love it for our freedom, but our parents dread it. While we're home all day and up all night, which means the power bill goes up. But did you know we can help them? Yes, we want snacks. Stay up on our tablets and aimlessly open the fridge, but it all includes energy. That's why GB Power would like to welcome you to Conservation Corner, where conserving energy is cool. If you want to be a part of GBPC's Conservation Corner this summer, ask your parent or guardian to visit the GB Power Smart Home located in the Region Center to collect an activity book that will help you learn how to save. I hope you can join me this summer as we have fun helping our parents save.
Trying to learn, trying to get better. Don't look at us here, buddy being here. Try to learn from the coaches, learn from us.
Grand Bahama, get ready for the 7th annual Buddy Heal Camp and Clinic. Just jump July 27 to July 29, 2022 at Jack Hayward High Gymnasium, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Guest speakers, prizes, and scholarships. There will be giveaways on Saturday, July 30th at the Rock Plaza 8 Mile Rock Shopping Center, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Don't miss it.
If you're thinking of investing in Grand Bahama or any other island, contact Bahama Island Properties for all of your real estate services. Visit their office in the Port Lakaya Marketplace, their website bahamaislandproperties.com, or call them at 374-7653. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Agnes Williams, you are our Facebook friend of the day on this happy hump day, and we thank you for your support. And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of our entire ZNS News team, I'm Shoshana Wolf-Parkinson. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
In 1959, he gave his life to the Lord. His spiritual growth led him to take up the cloth, becoming president of the Bahamas Christian Council and leader of his beloved United Christian Cathedral. Bishop Albert Horatio Hepburn, OBE, will be remembered in a state-recognized funeral on Thursday, July 21st. Join us on the ZNS Network for our live broadcast from United Christian Cathedral at 10:30 a.m. as we pay respect to this outstanding Bahamian.
On your marks.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report, Sun Oil's slip-up. Closing the learning gap, assistance programs get a boost, and Tania Gaither runs personal best. But was it enough? The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Super Fast Internet for Less. Best rate, no debate. Sign up today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lapinder. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. Exuma's world-famous hues of blue turns black, at least a portion of it, after a spillage of tens of thousands of gallons of diesel that's left a team of authorities in full mitigation mode. Lloyd Allen was on the ground for us in Exuma.
Right now, I'm standing at the Old Navy Base Beach. This is in the Georgetown area on Exuma, where officials reported an oil spill taking place between 5 p.m. yesterday and 4 a.m. this morning. As you can see, many crews are on the site conducting an initial cleanup and assessment of the area. In the Bay Area, there's a containment boom that officials have placed there to contain most of the oil, and it's hoped that rising tide will not create a further challenge to this matter. We're also getting an update from Acting Prime Minister, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper.
So as I indicated today in the House of Assembly, we got reports of there being a spill of what is to believe some 35,000 gallons of diesel that was intended to go to BPL, but ended up here in the Cove. We are happy that it is contained or appears to be contained.
An update also coming in from the Minister of Public Works, the Honorable Alfred Sears.
Additional resources are now being mobilized. Our colleagues from the Ministry of Works dealing with flammable matters, and additional booms are on the way to the site. Also, additional pumps have been secured by BPL and will be here shortly. We're able to review the perimeter of the site, and it appears as though this spill is contained to this area, which, as you can see, is being remediated.
An obvious concern for officials, as the Minister of Transport, the Honorable Jobette Colby Davis, says an investigation is ongoing.
As released to the Port Department, once we were notified by Minister Sayers of the spill, I contacted our Port Controller, and we actually are the lead with the National Oil Spill Committee. So my permanent secretary confirmed that there would be a meeting convened with the National Oil Spill Committee where they discussed mitigation methods and also the investigation report that they would have to receive once it's completed, and then they would move on any penalties that will be coming.
Environment Minister, the Honorable Vaughn Miller, says he is pleased with the quick response from officials and is looking forward to a speedy recovery to this area.
I'm a man of faith, so I'm grateful to God that is how it happened and how it was contained so quickly. And now, as you can see in the background, the second containment boom, they're getting set to put that in place for reinforcement. And so we feel good about this.
By late afternoon, nearly 11,000 gallons were removed using these trucks assisted by BPL. An additional 500 gallons removed off the site using these containers. And officials say they will remain on the site as long as it takes to minimize impact from this latest spill. Reporting from Georgetown, Exuma, for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Well, thanks, Lloyd. Back here in the capital, airport staffers and passengers getting a special visit from the Prime Minister, who yesterday toured the Lynden Pindling International Airport's departure lounge. Joining him, his Deputy Tourism Investments and Aviation Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, Global Relations Consultant, Senator the Honorable Randy Roll, Tourism Senior Advisor Kevin Simmons, Tourism Acting Director General Latia Duncombe, Deputy Director Dr. Kenneth Romer, and Deputy Commissioner of Police Leemond Delaveau. Well, while at the airport, Minister Cooper thanked airport authority staffers who he says worked very hard during what was a difficult time. As widely reported, a number of airport screeners called in sick Monday in protest of stalled industrial negotiations. A Supreme Court intervention subsequently ordered the group back to work. Further, the Bahamas Public Service Union and the government have resumed talks. Now, Cooper also yesterday met with LPIA ticket agents who faced similar challenges during the sick-out.
I've said before that we are committed to resolving the issues with the union and the workers, and that is what we will do. We will ensure that the workers get everything that they are legitimately entitled to. We have resumed conversations with the union, the president of the union, and we want to create a win-win. This is important for our industry, it's important for our economy, it's important for our workers, and it's important for all of the stakeholders.
Cooper says he's now focused on restoring the airport's smooth operation and bringing harmony back to the workplace at the Airport Authority.
If we have happy workers, they will treat our guests in an equally happy manner. Our Bahamian residents who are traveling between the islands and abroad will feel better about the experiences, and of course, our tourists. We are on a great rebound, and we do not want anything to get in between us and the success that we hope to experience this year.
Now, as for the Prime Minister, that stop to the airport was actually twofold as he was on his way to Miami, Florida to deliver an address at Canto's annual conference and trade exhibition under the theme, The Digital Revolution. Prime Minister Davis informed conference delegates comprising ICT operators, organizations, companies, and individuals about his administration's goal of actively encouraging cryptocurrency and blockchain technology businesses to monetize and trade carbon credits in open markets. He also touted the region's enormous potential to take advantage of a digital revolution.
We have a unique opportunity to create smart cities, complete with 5G technology, expanded access to always-on connectivity, and cashless ecosystems. We can strengthen our democracies and increase trust between governments and the people if we use technology to substantially improve the delivery of government services.
Prime Minister Davis appealed for regional support to elect former Utilities Regulation and Competition Authority CEO and current ITU Development Bureau Deputy Director Stephen Barreau as its director this September at the ITU's conference in Romania. He also pitched this challenge to regional policymakers.
Broadband penetration in our region is only 50%. Let us commit to expanding the penetration of broadband in our region as a matter of social priority. This will assist in the true diversification of our economies, as many thousands of new good-paying jobs could be created with the deployment of affordable, reliable broadband. Other countries have spent billions to make sure broadband reaches all of their people. My vision is to see our small countries keeping pace.
Still to come, a new mental health bill on the table and the fallout from learning loss. We'll be back after the break.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Welcome to a world where hope is still loud, where dreams are still relevant, and determination has no substitute. Welcome to a nation where the people are still warm, resilient, and innovative. And Commonwealth Bank is at the center of it all, giving innovation and progress an extra push for more than 60 years. We're here for Bahamians because we are Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking services.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married? Oh, man, not again. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them...
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have?
Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
Mealtime rules. Don't serve yourself first. Do not eat with your mouth open. Don't rest your elbows on the table. Don't make noise when eating. Does not apply when enjoying KFC buckets. When we bucket together, we are as we really are.
I was actually born into farming.
My grandfather, who is 80 years old, he's a first-generation farmer. 3 generations later, I decided to go into farming. So we do have 2 operating farms at this time, the one in Nassau and the one in Andros. This season, Access Accelerator assisted us in funding our strawberry project here on Andros. With us being able to access the Fish and Farmers Grant, it has actually given us the capital that we needed to start this farming season for our strawberry crop. We do believe that people eating organic food is very important. We want to offer safe food and organic food. Some persons are still shocked that we've been existing for 8 years. Outside of having to come to our website to make purchases, if we can get more of our products to our clients, we'd be happy to do that, and local distribution would help us with that. I can tell you the industry is not attractive for young people. However, if you are passionate about something, you will definitely be able to excel in that area. And at this point for me, it's fun to be a farmer in the Bahamas.
Good news to share tonight from the Ministry of Social Services and Urban Development. Assistance programs will be bumped up by 10% starting next month, and this due to the monumental demand for help from Bahamians nationwide due to Hurricane Dorian, the COVID-19 pandemic, and global inflation. Social Services and Urban Development Minister, the Honorable Obi Bulchcombe, making the announcement in the House of Assembly today, citing that during the last budget cycle, more than 97,000 people applied for assistance in just 8 of its programs.
Food assistance program, Madam Speaker, we were able to assist 95,000 citizens of our country. Our utilities program, Madam Speaker, we assisted 376 persons. In our rental assistance program, 837 individuals. In our burial assistance, 103. Uniform assistance, Madam Speaker, 296 students received assistance. Gas assistance, 3 persons. Clothing assistance, Madam Speaker, limited to 3 as well. Medical assistance, Madam Speaker, 136 individuals received assistance from the Ministry of Social Services.
52 years in the making, and today the Mental Health Bill 2022 was tabled in Parliament to address one of the more perplexing health issues in the country. Since assuming office, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. the Honorable Michael Darville has made little secret of his desire to repeal and replace the current Mental Health Act to correspond with present challenges. He cited World Health Organization stats that estimate mental health affects 1 in 4 people in their lifetime.
The focus of this new mental health bill is to promote, when possible, community treatment, along with voluntary admissions to a mental health facility. The bill also includes a provision that supports the decision by making decisions for people with mental illness to be able to nominate someone who could be responsible for their care and treatment.
Now, successive governments worked on the proposed legislation for 10 years, but Hurricane Dorian and the COVID-19 pandemic compounded the issue. The health minister deems mental health a disability.
I must say that the current Mental Health Act is not compliant with the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons Suffering from Mental Disabilities or any other international convention we signed on. It is based on an outdated understanding of mental illness. It ignores advances in the care and treatment of mental illness and denies the capacity of persons with mental illness to manage their personal affairs. It is discriminatory in that people with mental illness are treated differently than people who have physical illness.
July 18th, 32 new COVID infections, followed up by another 16 Tuesday, some 15 of them here in the capital, while the location of the other is pending. This as COVID hospitalizations continue to make a steady trek downwards. At last count, that number at 53, one of the sick being treated on the intensive care unit. Figures also reflect 450 active cases and 33 recoveries. All education officials taking steps to address the learning loss of public school system students in the aftermath of shutdowns and prolonged periods of virtual education during the height of the pandemic. The Education Minister providing details on a number of initiatives targeted at mitigating the fallout. Fern Carey reports.
Among the initiatives aimed at closing the learning gaps many students experience as a result of school shutdowns and extended periods of virtual learning during the pandemic is a free 12-week program that is specifically designed for students who have dropped out of school since 2020 without completing grade 12. Minister of Education, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, indicated during House proceedings Wednesday that the program will integrate literacy and numeracy and will certify students for job readiness.
The subject offerings include automotive mechanics, which includes diesel systems, engine systems, steering and suspension systems, braking systems, electrical and electronic systems. And a workforce readiness certificate will also be available in beauty trades, which include barbering, natural hair, nail technology, certification in construction trades such as construction, drywall, electrical, HVAC, masonry, painting, plumbing, tiling, and also a readiness certificate for the workforce in fashion trades such as basic garment making.
Minister Hannah Martin noted that the Ministry of Education and the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute are partnering in the initiative, while BTVI will be recruiting teachers for the program and will also partner with businesses and master technicians.
Provide a place and space where they can serve 30 community hours to work in and with the community as a part of the program completion. As described by BTVI, and I quote, the 30-hour community commitment is meant to be an opportunity for a master technician to show a young apprentice for the inner working of a trade and hopefully spark a light, a passion deep within to follow a pathway, a deep skill set beyond this initial entry-level certificate.
Meanwhile, testing for those students still in school will begin in early October to allow educators to get a clearer picture of the full impact of the pandemic on students.
And the necessary responses will be implemented by way of acceleration programs for each student where applicable. For the purposes of targeted response, the ministry has extracted the data from the LMS and EMIS, which is our computer-based database, and which is the learning platform in the schools, which has allowed for the identification of a significant number of students who have been absent from school for prolonged periods.
The Education Minister urged students interested in the 12-week program to log onto the ministry's website or to reach out to BTVI. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
The Education Minister also today revealing plans to appoint a national commission to review the high school diploma. And this amidst calls for the diploma criteria to be reviewed.
We will announce the appointment of a national commission to review the high school diploma, which will be tasked with immediately commencing deliberations on this diploma and its construct so as to ensure a rational and transparent criteria for our young people to aspire to in their high school years. Madam Speaker, in all these things, we seek collaboration and cooperation with all stakeholders, the parents, the community, administrators. But in particular, I want to highlight with their union representatives. And I thank them for their input and collaboration on an array of matters impacting education in this country.
The results of this year's T. Baswell Donaldson Research Competition are in, and judges have agreed to award Abigail Knowles of the State University of New York the $20,000 prize for a paper, Fiscal First Aid, Returning to a Sustainable Debt Trajectory. The panel also recognized a research paper with the most significant potential and offered an honorable mention award of $5,000 to Mark Anthony Roll for his paper, Case Study, an examination of the impact that the COVID-19 pandemic had on the marketing strategies of retail businesses in downtown Nassau. There were 39 research submissions. The award, however, is only given if the assessment committee deems that an entry meets the epitome of academic rigor expected of university-level research and the relevant criteria for the local economy. The bank has already started to prepare
for next year's competition. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Stay with us.
Team Bahamas competed against Dominican Republic in the FIBA basketball game at the Bahamas Convention Center. NBA champion Rick Fox talks about the importance of hosting more international sporting events in the Bahamas.
It's exciting for me. For me, basketball has been life. It's been everything. It's given me so much opportunity. And then to watch and see so much of our future here on stage, right? Especially Buddy, who's leading the charge, right? Like, he's an example of the next generation. Michael was for me, right? And you have other players that have come behind Michael Thompson, but he was a blueprint for me. So to see Buddy lay the stage for a lot of young boys and girls running around here to believe that they can be next, where they can impact the country, they can impact their careers and come back and represent their country, I love that. I think everything should be held here. So, really a credit to the hotel here for, I'm sure this was put together pretty quickly, and opening and showcasing events like this make it very clear, I think, to the region that, having these type of events more consistently is a no-brainer. And then it showcases to the rest of the world what is possible, right? What is possible. We know what the Battle of Atlantis has been. We know what the new tournaments have been recently here at the Bahamas. So COVID for 2 years killed a lot of that opportunity, but Ministry of Tourism now showing what is possible and support. Yeah, this should be happening once a week.
For more information about upcoming games featuring the Bahamas, visit fiba.basketball.com. I'm Joshua Robbins, and this is Tourism Today.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th Fifth Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
To think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem. Just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
My name is Nolia Duncan-Forbes. I work within the healthcare industry, and I am fully vaccinated. When I hear the word COVID-19, what first comes to mind is global pandemic. I do think my experience with COVID-19 would have been different if I was already vaccinated at the time that I had gotten COVID-19. I had moderate symptoms, and it was not fun. I wouldn't want it again. That was also a big driving factor in me getting vaccinated. Even though I was the one that was sick when I contracted COVID-19, everyone in my family was worried. I don't like putting my family in a position where they are afraid or scared. I definitely got vaccinated for them. Talk to your healthcare providers and get vaccinated. The time is now.
Great July celebrations start with the savings at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Hellman's Mayonnaise, 30 ounce, $5.89. Best Value Whole Kernel Corn, 15 ounce, $1.09. Danish spare ribs, $2.59 per pound. Red or green seedless grapes, $2.99 per pound. Fresh pork shoulders, $1.79 per pound. Find your favorites at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you. At the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Tune in this Sunday at 3:30 p.m. to the ZNS Network for the Episcopal Elevation Service of Bishop Trent Elliott Davis. That's this Sunday at 3:30 p.m. on the ZNS Network.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
The Bahamas may have maintained its Tier 1 status in the U.S. State Department's Trafficking in Persons 2022 report, but as indicated yesterday, there's room for improvement. Take, for instance, the finding that the government only slightly increased efforts to protect victims. According to U.S. authorities, the government identified just 1 Colombian female sex trafficking victim during the reporting period, compared with 2 in 2020 and 5 in 2019. Observers also reported an even application of a protocol established to guide frontline responders in identifying both sex and labor trafficking victims and referring them to services. Further, that due to a lack of training of the said protocol, authorities may have detained some unidentified trafficking victims. There is also the observation that authorities did not use formal protocols to screen all migrants and continued to abuse migrants, particularly those of Haitian descent. Add to this the finding that the government did not report screening Cuban medical workers for trafficking indicators. Now, despite its downfalls, it is worth noting that the Bahamas and Guyana are the only 2 Caribbean countries to have met the minimum standards for eliminating human trafficking in the eyes of U.S. authorities. Police confiscate a significant marijuana field and with it all its potential earnings. We're told it was around 2:30 Tuesday afternoon that a team of officers headed to a bushy area of Douglas Road, Gambia Village, where they found over 245 plants. Authorities say the plants range from seedlings to 9 feet. Its estimated worth an estimated $200,000. No arrests were made. Investigations continue. Police also looking for the 2 men who allegedly shot a man at his Cowpen Road home late Tuesday. From all reports, the victim was at the back of his home with friends when 2 gunmen showed up. Police said the wounded 21-year-old was taken to hospital, where at last report he was listed in serious but stable condition. A 59-year-old man is missing, and according to police, that's been the case since April. Dwayne Leroy Cooper was last seen in the area of Carmichael Road. A missing persons report lists the Brakebury Drive resident as having light brown complexion, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall and slim build. So here's what authorities need from you. Anyone spotting Cooper should call the Criminal Investigation Department at 502-9991 or download the P3 Tips app. Well, at a time and COVID and inflation are causing businesses to crumble, one local establishment has apparently found the key to longevity and decades of it. Carla Palmer has the story.
Bahamas Welding and Fire Company Limited is observing 50 years of sustained business this year, having opened its doors back on July 20th, 1972. Established to fill a void in the country at the time of industrial and medical gases, BWF continues to forge its path as industry leaders. In fact, the company is the #1 supplier of medical gas to the Princess Margaret Hospital.
About 20% of new businesses fail within the first year. And by year 5, 45% of businesses would have failed. Only 25% of businesses make it beyond 15 years.
Minister of Economic Affairs, Senator the Honorable Michael Halkitis, was among those commemorating the company's milestone and applauding the pioneering vision of its owner, Alfonso Robert Elliott, alias Boogaloo.
The fact that Bahamas Welding and Fire has not only survived, but over these 50 years has grown is a testament not only to the vision and foresight of the company's founder, Mr. Alfonso Elliott, but as well to his business acumen, discipline, industry, and commitment to superior customer service.
With a friendship spanning some 48 years, former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Hubert Ingram, continued to tout what's being described as a great Bahamian success story of a man who rose from an employee to eventually purchase the business he had worked for.
And so it's a bittersweet celebration. My dear and closest friend, while still with us, is unable because of his health challenges.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Carla Palmer.
Acting Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, and Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Munro, among the dignitaries paying respects to Bishop Albert Hepburn, whose body lies in repose at his beloved United Christian Cathedral, ahead of a state-recognized service on Thursday. The former Christian Council president died on Thursday, June 30th. He was 89.
I was actually born into farming. My grandfather, who is 80 years old, he's a first-generation farmer. 3 generations later, I decided to go into farming. So we do have 2 operating farms at this time, the one in Nassau and the one in Andros. This season, Access Accelerator assisted us in funding our strawberry project here on Andros. With us being able to access the Fish and Farmers Grant, it has actually given us the capital that we needed to start this farming season for our strawberry crop. We do believe that people eating organic food is very important, and we want to offer safe food and organic food. Some persons are still shocked that we've been existing for 8 years. Outside of having to come to our website to make purchases, if we can get more of our products to our clients, we'd be happy to do that, and local distribution would help us with that. I can tell you the industry is not attractive for young people. However, if you are passionate about something, you will definitely be able to excel in that area. And at this point, for me, it's fun to be a farmer in the Bahamas.
When you've got a problem with auto glass, the Windshield House has the solution. Our technicians will replace your broken glass and have you back on the road in no time. We have a wide selection of windshields to replace your damaged one, and we ship to the Family Islands. With excellent service and prices, we guarantee your satisfaction. The Windshield House and Parts Locator, Abundant Life Road.
With independence comes freedom. The freedom to explore. To create memories. To be proud. And the freedom to choose color. Happy Independence, Bahamas.
We are committed to excellence. The Cable Bahamas Group makes it our business to serve our company, our communities, and our country at the highest level possible. We invest in the success of every staff member. We're led by a diverse group of men and women who display the highest standard of their excellence in their professional and personal lives. We are committed to being the leader in enabling connected lifestyles and experiences.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married? Oh, man, not again.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them...
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have?
Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
AID has everything you need and more to complement your home's decor. Luxurious bamboo bath towels, face towels from $1.25 and bath towels from $5.45. Shower curtains from $2.54 and organizers in stylish finishes. Bath mat sets from $7.27 in a multitude of styles and colors. Bed sheet sets from $9.95 and 7-piece comforter sets from $49.95. Doormats from $1.93 with matching runners and hundreds of area carpets. Sofa covers from $19.95, plain and crushed sheer curtains from $5.25 and thousands of panels to choose from. Blinds from $7.02 and curtain rods from $2.89. Ceramic and porcelain dishes, tablecloths, napkins, placemats, utensils, and more. A wide selection of drinking glasses including elegant stemware, candle holders, vases, and crystal. Full-size mirrors, decorative pictures, and picture frames. AID, Wolf Road and the Mall at Marathon open late and on Sundays to serve your decorating needs. AID, all you really need and more.
A recent beach cleanup over in Bimini ends with local and international volunteers trashing 1,500 pounds of garbage. And in just an hour, behind the second-year initiative, Waterkeepers Bahamas and 4Ocean. Participants included a group of paddlers in an annual 80-mile challenge, The Crossing. The group made its way to the Florida coast to support Piper's Angels Foundation for cystic fibrosis, which raises awareness and supports families of those battling the debilitating disease. The cleanup, meantime, is in keeping with water monitoring exercises in Bimini. Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makesha. We are under partly cloudy skies. The temperature 88 degrees, relative humidity at 65%. Our winds are out of the south-southeast at 13 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,017.0 millibars at 30.03 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the family violence this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 84 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Green Key, Abaco. Marshall, Abaco at 85 degrees. The Berry Islands, 86. Alderstown, Bimini, also 86 degrees. 86 again in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera 87, Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space on Andros, and Fresh Creek in Central Andros, all reporting 85 degrees, 86 degrees in Otterstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rum Key, Georgetown, Exuma, 85, 85s in Ragged Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, and Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Maguana, 87, Acklands, 87, Matthew-Town, Inagua, 86 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 84 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. In the Northwestern Islands tonight through Friday, southeast winds once again 10 to 15 knots, wave heights at 2 to 4 feet. Low tide, that will take place at 8:46 tonight. Another low tide will occur at 8:58 tomorrow morning. In the Central and Southeastern Islands through Friday, east to southeast winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. So caution flags are in place for the Central and Southeastern Islands into Friday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you see? Let's go with this one, man. I got girls texting me high, woman calling me pie. If my girlfriend leave me, I ain't cry. She done make red come in my eyes, and my blood pressure sky high. God put me in the list, she want me to die. Man, I got girls texting me high, woman calling me pie. If my girlfriend leave me, I ain't cry. She done make red come in my eyes, and my blood pressure sky high. God put me in the list.
That's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
She tell me I is my own woman.
It is never easy to witness nature's wrath. One single named path of destruction over the course of a few hours, sometimes minutes, sometimes seconds, can change your life forever. There's nothing you can do to prevent a hurricane from being destructive by nature, but there is something you can do to protect your assets and ensure safety for not only yourself, but also the ones you love. When disaster strikes, be prepared. J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
My name is Travan Thompson. I'm a blog editor, and I am fully vaccinated. When I hear COVID-19, the first thing that comes to my mind is respiratory illness. And as someone who has asthma, who has a child that has asthma, that is really concerning to me. My breathing has always been iffy in the best of times, so I was really concerned that this was something that was gonna put me in the hospital. The exact moment when I changed my views about getting the COVID-19 vaccine didn't happen until after I'd gotten COVID. I thought I was being really careful, you know, I thought I was sanitizing, I was distancing, but I still got the virus. And so out of an abundance of concern for myself and for my family, I decided that that was probably the best route for me to go down. All of the close friends that I have are now vaccinated because we felt safe going that route and felt like now especially was the best time for that to happen. The time is now.
When you wanna save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you wanna look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
I'm Wolf Aubrey, Senior Instructor at Wolf Kayaking Club, and I am fully vaccinated. When I hear the word COVID-19, well, the first thing that comes to my mind is a bit of fear. I think the number one reason I decided to get vaccinated is so I can feel comfortable with my health. I do have a comorbidity, and I just can't imagine catching COVID-19 while I have high blood pressure. I had to protect myself, I had to protect my family. I would compare getting the vaccination shot to a mild mosquito bite. It really was more or less painless, and the whole procedure of getting it was very easy. Right now, I think the majority of the people in my circle are vaccinated. I would say close to 90%. I would encourage Bahamians to get vaccinated because we are a tourist nation and we are dealing with a lot of foreigners coming into our country. So protect yourself and protect your family.
Awesomely, this is a beautiful experience. I can't lie. This is my first time doing this sort of charity work, and I mean, it feels good to help out, you know? There's a can drive coming up and other initiatives are part of the Giving a Helping Hand campaign, and I encourage anyone that's willing to lend their support in any way, shape, or form to come through and give of your time.
Great July celebrations start with the savings at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Hellman's Mayonnaise, 30 ounce, $5.89. Best Value Whole Kernel Corn, 15 ounce, $1.09. Danish spare ribs, $2.59 per pound. Red or green seedless grapes, $2.99 per pound. Fresh pork shoulders, $1.79 per pound. Find your favorites at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Discover the possibilities.
Discover the possibilities.
Discover the possibilities.
I discovered the possibilities.
I discovered the possibilities.
This is ZNS Total Sports. Welcome to your Wednesday Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles. Topping this evening's sportscast, Ania Gaither was looking to make history last night by becoming the first Bahamian to ever advance to the final of the women's 200 meters at 3 successive World Outdoor Championships, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. Despite running a personal best time of 22.41 seconds, Gaither would fall short of one of her goals of advancing to the finals of the women's 200 meters. She was 5th in her semifinal heat and finished 11th overall. Sharika Jackson of Jamaica would take the heat in a blazing time of 21.68 seconds. We caught up with head coach of the World Championship team, Rupert Gardner, who gave us his update on how the 242 has performed so far.
So far, the team has competed well. Anthony Strong have run a personal best in the 100 meters. Tanya Gator has run her personal best in the 200 meters. We have Shawnee tonight in the 400 meter semifinals. We expect for her to move on to the finals, which will be on Friday. We have the decathlon, Ken Mullins and the decathlon, which will start on Friday also, and the ladies 4x4, which will be run on Friday also. And then we have Devon Charlton and the 100 meter hurdles. But so far, Team Bahamas have doing a great job down here in Oregon. And the Bahamian people should be proud of our athletes, and they're doing well.
Also right around the corner is the World Under-20 Championship set for Cali, Colombia, August 1st through the 6th. ZNS Total Sports team was able to acquire a list of those athletes that will be representing the 242. On the girls' side, it will be Javonia Valcourt, Chatalia Dorset, Paige Archer, and LaCarthia Cooper. On the boys' side, it will be Anton Andrews, Zachary Evans, Carlos Brown, Zion Campbell, Keyshawn Strawn, Wendy McCoy, and Shamar Bain. As far as the management team, the team will be coached by Corrington Maycock, will be assisted by Deron Lightbourne, John Ingram, and the team manager will be Lakita Charlton. She'll be assisted by Sharon Gardner. The team doctor will be Alvari Hanna. In basketball news, Kai Jones and the Charlotte Hornets concluded the Las Vegas Summer League with a 2-3 win-loss record. In 5 games, second-year forward averaged 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 block shots in 20 minutes of play. He had his best performance of the Las Vegas Summer League with 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 blocks in a 90-81 win over the Cleveland Cavaliers. This year, Mark Jones' second appearance in the Summer League. As a rookie last year, he averaged 9.8 points and 9 rebounds in 28 minutes of play. At the NBA level with the Hornets, Jones appeared in 21 games but played sparingly last year. He excelled at the G League level, however, averaging 16 points and 19 rebounds. Still on our four-part sit-down with Bahamian Olympic medalist Frank Rutherford. Outside of his accomplishments he made in the track world, Rutherford and his program based out of Houston was responsible in assisting several of our country's top hoopers get to the next level. We asked him about the current state of basketball in the country.
And so the state of basketball for me is the athletes again. It's doing an incredible job. I'll give the local coaches too, and the volunteers. I'm not sitting here beating up on them at all. We all should be past that. We need to now start putting on our thinking hats of how do we monetize? How do we monetize the success of what we're doing? The business aspect of this. And that's something we're not really good at. And I don't know whether we call enough people to the table who understand that part of it and ask them to help. That's something else we're not good at. All I want to do is help to bring in what is due based on what we are worth and the commercial value.
The Bahamas Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation National is wrapping up this weekend. Next for the athletes that won the overall titles is the 2022 CAC Games set for Barbados. We spoke with a pair of winners on their expectations.
I hope to carry this momentum into CAC and bring back the goal and bring back my pro card. But the objective was for me and my trainers for me to come out here and just to win. I didn't peak yet. Like they said, I didn't peak. We only prepared my body for me to actually win nationals, and that's what we did. We came out here, we won nationals. Now we go back to the drawing board, we put that work in, and you'll get to see my final form.
Next step is CACs. That is in less than 2 weeks, so the training continues. You know, I have one little cheat meal tonight, according to my coach, and back to work as usual tomorrow with the cardio and the dieting.
And that was a look at sports, a check on weather, and we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Please. Wado, you want any?
Yeah, man. Boy, what that is?
Oh, that's rambutan. It hairy ain't.
Miss, what you doing? Move that from me.
You scared of fruit, Wado?
No, boy. Needles. That thing look like a bunch of them.
So I guess you could be taking the vaccine then.
I leave hole in my arm? You ain't serious.
Wado, stop. That's why you ain't taking the vaccine? You won't feel nothing?
I ain't scared. I just don't like needles.
Wado, it takes seconds. Then you got better protection against a deadly virus. Ooh, cassava. So what if I go with you to get the vaccine?
Go with you? I ain't sure.
Don't worry. I ain't gonna tell Lisa I told you, hand.
I ain't on your run. Pay the people.
What? Wado. Well, if I pay for this, we going to the clinic now.
Vaccinate today, live tomorrow. A message by the WHO, Canada, and U.S. Aid.
Ordinary People is back with a new season. Join us on the ZNS Network.
Everybody drugs the most. Not New York's bestsellers, the hood's bestseller.
I like that. Coming soon.
People are only going to say yes or no. And if they say no, keep on trying until you get a yes.
Ordinary People.
In 1959, he gave his life to the Lord. His spiritual growth led him to take up the cloth, becoming president of the Bahamas Christian Council and leader of his beloved United Christian Cathedral. Bishop Albert Horatio Hepburn, OBE, will be remembered in a state-recognized funeral on Thursday, July 21st. Join us on the ZNS Network for our live broadcast from United Christian Cathedral at 10:30 a.m. as we pay respect to this outstanding Bahamian.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather in the tropics, there are a number of tropical waves traversing the tropical belt, but the bad news for them is that we still have that strong upper level wind sharing along with the Sahara dust, which now spreads all the way into the Bahamas, as you can see there in that greenish shading. And that means development is going to be hard to come by over the next 5 days. And our satellite picture also showing high pressures in control of our weather, but we do have upper level low just to the northeast of the Bahamas. You can see 1 or 2 showers offshore, and they will be advected towards the west. So 1 or 2 of those will be moving inland during the course of the night and tomorrow, which could trigger 1 or 2 showers and thunderstorms. Our forecast for the night, mainly clear and warm with a 79-degree low temperature. Tomorrow, we're looking at variable cloudiness with brief showers as that mid to upper level low moves towards us. 89 degrees for a high temperature. The extended weather forecast, still very hot during the daytime near the 90-degree mark. Showers and thunderstorms remain in our forecast right into Friday, with some isolated stuff taking place on Saturday. Sunday looks a lot better, but as we go into the early part of next week, there'll be a little bit more sunshine working its way into our forecast. Makishla.
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
You're watching the Z